Hi guys, it's Jeremy Overturf with the Phenomenal Business Coaching. I just wanted to come to you today with a tip about in-person masterminds and really the power of them. We just added those to our coaching program the last couple of quarters. We've been doing them in person here in our house. And what I have to tell you, they've been really powerful. I first got the idea, probably like you've heard of in Napoleon Hill's books, Think and Grow Rich, The Success, what's it called? The Law of Success. So he talks about the power of masterminds, and when you get people in the room together, the kind of energy, the kind of back and forth, the kind of things that just powerful things that happen, especially when they know it's a safe environment where you're not filming everything, where it's not for the public to hear, but where they can just safely talk among other entrepreneurs, other business owners, talk about problems, whether it's money problems, employee problems, things that they don't want the public to hear. And wow, it's really impactful. And I first learned about, well, I told you where I first learned about it, but I also have been to some masterminds. A friend of mine, Kyle Wilson, who is one of the brains behind launching Jim Rohn's empire, I attended a mastermind at his home in Texas for several years and learned so much from that group, and the friendships and the connections and the powerful takeaways really impacted me. And also from my other mentor, Howard Partridge, who started Phenomenal Business Coaching. I learned a lot from him about the power of community. So then about maybe 10 or 12 years ago, I had started another small mastermind group, just of fellow business owners in the area. And it only lasted for about 6 months. That one kind of fizzled out. It wasn't a membership-based program or anything. We were just meeting together. And but I have to tell you, in that 6 months, the goals that we all set and shared with each other, everybody was reaching like their top goals, and it was so powerful what the kind of things they were accomplishing. And these weren't small goals, these were high achievers. And when I looked down my list of all the things that I wanted to achieve at that time, whether it be sales goals, hiring managers, freedom goals, different things that I wanted to do. I wanted to travel, I wanted to meet up with some relatives that I hadn't seen for a long time, and all these things just one by one, just by having, not only getting ideas from other people, but sharing that energy and maybe things that you hadn't thought of in a long time, and you hadn't really allowed yourself to dream in a long time, and you've just been down in this funk. But being around other people that are going through it too, or that have been through it, is so powerful to kind of pull you out of that and say, hey, look, you know, some of the powerful moments from this week, it wasn't necessarily like a piece of wisdom that anyone shared, but it was the fact that, hey, you guys are all going through the same stuff I went through, or I am going through, or I might go through if I have a similar structure as you one day. So just sharing that and being real with each other, not having that ego. When we go to a networking event, sometimes we have that mask on of, hey, I'm successful, I've got to look a certain image. But when you're in this room and it's raw and it's real, it's super powerful. So if you're not in a mastermind group, wow, I highly recommend it. I think you're going to see a lot of personal and professional growth from that. And start one in your own local community. If you want to be a part of ours, hey, that's fine. Even if you aren't local to us here in Bradenton, Florida, hey, we'll zoom you in. We'll figure out a way to get you in, but you have to be a member of our coaching program. So if you want to learn more about the coaching program, send us a message or comment on this video. And you know what we can do. We do a free, I forget how many point inspection it is, but it's a quite thorough inspection of your business that we work through you with. It's not painful, it doesn't take a long time, but it'll really help you identify what you're doing well, the areas you can improve, and help you set goals that are specific to help you get to where you want to be. And that's really what you want to do. You want to have, like the book, The One Thing, you want to be focused on a few things or one thing that's going to help you reach your goals. Because otherwise, in the business, we're like a scatter shot. We're everywhere. In the morning, we're trying to get the people out the door. We're trying to return phone calls. We're trying to help unhappy customers. We have payroll concerns, whatever it is. As the owner, your attention is scattered so thin so many times. So that's what we help business owners do, to get focused, to get systematized, so they're not the ones that every single thing has to come to them, because that's going to drive you crazy. And sometimes I slip back into that, even though I teach it. Sometimes I find myself slipping back into it, and I've been going through that lately. And I've been like, why am I taking all these calls and texts? I'm getting away from my systems. I'm letting my people get away from their systems. So we got to get back to that. So if we can help you, that's what we're here for. You know, the first call is free, and then we'll talk to you about membership, and I think you'll really see the powerful effects of not only the masterminds, we do in-person conferences. We have an amazing training website with documents, downloads, things that you can directly use into your business, templates that you can just customize, and we do weekly live calls, weekly live trainings for your team. We pack so much in, and you don't have to do it all, because some of our members are like, it's overwhelming, there's so much stuff there, and that's okay. You don't have to do everything. Pick the things that work for you and do 1 or 2 of them a week, and do them 15, 20, 30 minutes a day, or whatever you can allot to it at first. Because the more freedom that you gain, then now you can allow a little bit more time. And before long, you're trading all that, a little bit of education for a lot of time and more money and more freedom. And it's the payoff in the long run is tremendous. So shoot us a message, and let's talk about what we can do. And I'm happy to share some ideas with you. But for the main point right now, the power of masterminds. Find one, get on one. If there's a local one in your area that you can join, especially with other business owners, highly recommend. So that's my advice for the day. Have a great day, guys.